When we carry a mother wound, we have to first understand the archetype of the mother and what the mother represents. So the mother archetype is connected to safety, nurturance, emotional attunement. And what ends up happening when a person does not receive that emotional attunement and nurturance from their mother, it manifests in expressing itself as the person having a hard time trusting their own inner world, their own inner self. So people like this may feel, like they're always constantly second guessing themselves. They're not able to really trust their instincts. And a big one is they typically will feel ashamed for their own emotional needs. And it's because emotions can feel scary, because the mother is there to teach a child about emotions, feeling their emotions, understanding emotions. So when a child never had that from their mother, they end up having a really hard time feeling safe and feeling, clear on their own emotional needs. And the father archetype, it represents usually structure, authority, boundaries, protection, the external world. So the mother archetype is all about the inner world. The father archetype is all about the external world. So when a person is carrying a father wound, they can express themselves as people who have a hard time with authority, external structures, systems, trusting other people. And a big one is when a person carries a father wound, they have a hard time relying on other people. So that can look like, them not really trusting a person's words, not trusting what a person's emotions are showing them. So healing the mother wound, it involves, validating your own emotions, developing more self-compassion for yourself. The biggest one is reconnecting with your intuition, because intuition is connected to femininity, okay? And the father wound, the best way to start, working on that is by, number one, implementing boundaries, creating something for yourself where you feel like you're protecting yourself, but not in a way where it's almost pushing people away from you, setting gentle boundaries. And then also learning to trust others, engaging in relationships where you can find the confidence to slowly trust other people around you. And I want you guys to think about it like this. When we grow up without a secure father around us, we are taught that we have to secure ourselves. We have to be the masculine. We have to be the ones to not trust anybody and only trust ourselves. Whereas when people carry a mother wound, they end up expressing themselves as, I don't trust myself. I don't even trust my own emotions. So I'm going to just kind of push myself away from the world, not because I don't trust the world, but because I ultimately don't really trust myself. And this is where the attachment styles come in. So what I've learned and noticed through observation and working with people is that people who usually have a very strong father wound, they usually, this is not all the time, but usually they express their attachment style through anxiousness. And what I've observed when people have a more dominant mother wound, they usually have more of an avoidance in them. Now, if you have both parents who are not available, you can have a mix of the anxious and the avoidant. Because at the end of the day, we all carry the masculine and the feminine energy polarities within ourselves. And when we cannot rely on the external feminine and masculine, which is the mother and the father, our internal masculine and our internal feminine ends up becoming underdeveloped, and we're not able to access it in a coherent way.